guys, welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time, welcome to my channel. Today I'm teaching you guys how to get your foundation to stay when we're out here living in this summer heat. And I know that you can trust me on this because I live in Houston, Texas, where the humidity is basically you swimming to get to places because it'd be humid and hot. So if you want to see how to get this and to make it last so you won't sweat it off, you just keep watching. All right guys, let's get summer sweat proof foundation. Let's get it going. I'm gonna start with my most beloved Rimmel primer that has actually eluded me. This is a recent matter. Here we go. I got it right here. This stuff right here is so affordable and I've been wearing it for 2 months now. I have not had an issue with my foundation moving. Now, a tip I'm gonna tell you before we put this on is when you're using your moisturizer, if you're going to want your foundation to last longer, I would use even half of what you normally use in your moisturizer. Now, not at nighttime, only when you know you're going to put on your foundation and you're gonna do a heavier foundation than a BB cream. So if you're going to do your foundation, use less moisturizer. Your face will just be too moisturized. Like even mine right now was too moisturized and I had to wipe it off because no matter what, if your face is too hydrated, for the summertime, not any other time, but for the summertime, it's going to slide around and you're gonna have a hot mess. So just use half of what you even normally use with your moisturizer in the daytime. All right, so I'm gonna put about that much. And if you notice, I put it more towards the center of my face. Now this is a step you don't have to do. I just like to put my primer on with a brush. I just feel like I can really place it where I want it. And I'm really gonna focus the heaviest amount through the center of my face. I am gonna put it all over my face, but I want the majority of it right in the center. So this Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, y'all, I've used them all. I've used all the primers. I'm really seeing a difference in my foundation each time I wear this primer. I absolutely love it. It doesn't smell too fragranced and it feels just amazing on the skin. And once we do have this all blended out, okay, I'm gonna start to kind of feather it out. Any brush for putting on primer, it doesn't have to be a specific brush. Once we let this dry down, we're gonna wait about 2 minutes before we even grab our foundation. So really let this dry down and kind of set on the face. Okay, foundation time. I'm gonna use my favorite foundation ever. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable. I'm gonna use the shade 200 Soft Beige. And it really does last. The name says it all. You guys see me use this on the daily if you follow me on Instagram. And we're just going to paint this on with the applicator. Another reason I love this foundation is the applicator. It's summertime. I don't have time to be sitting in the house when I'm trying to look cute. I wanna get out there, get some sunshine, see the world, not sweat off my makeup because I live in Houston, Texas. It's hot. It's real hot. I'm gonna grab my Smith 151 brush, it's my favorite, and I'm gonna start to buff this in. Again, we let our primer sit and it probably sat, I did my eyes, so it sat the whole time, and it's just gonna work a lot better. Anytime you're really trying to make your makeup last, you wanna wait in between the steps and just really let everything sink in and do its job. So I like to work in sections. Make sure we blend down the neck. I've never had any problems with this foundation not lasting. Many of you send me DMs on the daily saying that you got this foundation and you love it. So not only do I love it, but you guys love it too. So we know that it's working for us. So we're gonna take our time and work this in. The more you work this in, the longer it's going to last. All right guys, so I already got one little side done here. This is my Kylie concealer, my ride or die. Scrape-a-laping here. It's a nightmare. Oh my gosh. A cat hair. You know it is. So when I'm applying my concealer, what I'm gonna do when I need it to last is I'm gonna go in, you know, normal concealer style. But we're gonna pat this in with a brush first and kind of move it around because I like to place my concealer in small amounts. Like this is pretty heavy, I know, but we're gonna take from here and move it other places. I'm not even gonna put it down my nose, none of that. This is such thin skin through here, you can't add a lot of product. No matter what you do, no matter even how you blend it, if you put a lot there, it's gonna slide, it's gonna move. There's no setting it, there's nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place my Gypsum, this is the shade Gypsum, and I already have Himalaya on. My Kylie concealer, my absolute fave, you guys know, and we're just gonna place it there. That's all we're gonna do. So from placing it there, it's gonna warm up on my skin, and we're gonna let it sit while I find a brush, which usually takes me 25 minutes because I'm about as organized as a crazy cat lady, trying to keep her cats organized. Hey, that actually kind of fits. So let me find a brush. This one looks cute. I'm gonna grab this Smith 103, and I'm gonna go in and start to tap. It's gonna mix the two concealers. The reason I layer my concealer is I like the color correcting effect of Himalaya, and then I like the little bit more neutral brightening of Gypsum. So down the sides of the nose, through here, and then we're just gonna start to move it around. So we're gonna go to the sides of the mouth. We'll start over here. Now we're not completely blending it. We're still gonna use a sponge. And then we'll put some on the chin. Do you see how much is still on this brush? It's all about how you work it in. And the forehead, that's the first place that looks cakey when you put too much on. Like, you can just tell.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's so movable.
It is movable. I stay moving my eyebrows. I be like this all the time.
Yeah, that's how she lives.
That's how I live. Y'all know, y'all see me. Notice I'm not going down my nose yet. Let's just still keep patting this in. I love to put it on the sides of the mouth. I feel like it just brightens and evens everything out. Just keep tapping. I know this seems so excessive, but these techniques are what's gonna help your foundation last. And don't even worry about getting too close underneath your eye. We're gonna put eyeshadow underneath there in a second. Okay, now we're gonna go right down the nose, and I'm using the smallest amount. Like, you just don't need that much. You think you do. Another tip, I don't have to do it because I don't have oily skin, but if you have oily skin, I've heard that MAC paint pots, if you put on a very, very tiny amount around your nose, I'm talking very thin, it can be, and it doesn't have to match your skin tone perfectly, like painterly or soft ochre, it's okay because it's gonna be covered up. But it has such staying power that it'll help your concealer really, really stay on and around your nose. But for me, I don't really have that issue. The primer is gonna be enough for me. So now that we have this all tapped in, we're gonna grab our blender. So apparently these are restocking. My Elsie, the Velvet Sponge, they're restocking in July. I'm so excited for you guys. And I'm just gonna tap this in. This is gonna pick up any excess. And just make sure it's all melted in. And then we'll just go all the way over here. Look how perfect. Ugh, this concealer just gets me. Again, right underneath the wing. Sides of the nose. And then I'm gonna look at my blender. I'm gonna see, obviously we use this side more. See, this side's more black. We're gonna go on the cleaner side and then just go right down the nose. Again, you'd be surprised how little product you need for coverage there. And then around here. Now I'm gonna take my Kylie translucent powder in soft pink. Remember, I have neutral to pinker undertones, so this one works perfect and just cancels out shadows and just looks so nice. I'm gonna use this Mercier Velour Puff. And a lot of times when people think I need my makeup to last, I should just put on a ton of powder. No, because again, it doesn't have anywhere to hold on to. It's still gonna slide. You really just wanna use the smallest amount of products, but you just wanna work with them and work them into the skin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to press this powder in, and it's gonna take me quite a while to make sure it's completely set because I'm working in small amounts. I'm working with such tiny amounts of powder. I'm gonna grab a little bit more, tap it on the back of my hand, and work it in some more. I'm not gonna set anywhere around my face except for the sides of my nose for right now, because we're still gonna use one more cream product that lasts incredibly. I did my makeup just like this yesterday to go do a little photo shoot in Galveston It was 102, absolutely no breeze, which is insane. I picked the worst day ever for a photo shoot, but I looked at my makeup after I was done, after 4 hours. I could not believe it. I was like, oh my goodness, who did this? And I was like, I did this. And I was like, technically, probably Rimmel did this, but still. Again, just right underneath the eyes and the sides of the nose. Press, 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 take your time. Baking is fun and all, but I promise you this technique is just gonna be so much better for long-lasting foundation. Living for this. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Light. I know it looks intense, and it will look intense when I apply it as well, but once it blends out, it's just the most beautiful tan, bronze, shaping gorgeousness. So this is also from Huda. This is the brush that goes with it. I love it. I went into the product on this side. I'm gonna wipe off any excess on the back of my hand for a second. I'm just gonna go under here for right now. Now these are waterproof. I want to double check that, but I'm like 99% sure they're waterproof. And they last so amazing. Even though it's a cream, I've never seen anything last and blend out so beautifully. So we're just gonna put some here and grab a little more. There we go, and go all the way right underneath that cheekbone. Underneath here. I like to put just a touch here. You guys know I don't like to put a lot of stuff on my nose. I'm not a big nose contour girl, but it'll blend all the way up. And then we're gonna grab our hair. And this is kind of gross, but I have been putting the bronzer. I saw Mario do this before y'all start screaming. I learned this from Mario. I have seen him do this and it just snatches your face and you never have bronzer helmet. Ugh, the bronzer helmet. So we're gonna put it pretty far back in the hairline and then you guys are gonna see it start to blend in. Look at that, like it just blends in perfectly. It's like frightening and then all of a sudden it's just bronzy blended. Oh, it just never does me wrong. It never does me wrong. Put it there. You don't have to set this at all. We'll use a little bit of powder to set it, I think. That's normally what I do, the smallest amount, but you technically don't have to set these. And then up, I'm gonna press and then go right up like this. I also love these because this one has a little bit of red undertones and it just brings life back to the face. And because I can tend to get, you know, I have a little bit of red undertone on my chest and it just seems to make it match my face better. But I've been wearing these now for a month or so and they are not moving. Now I'm gonna do a very light dusting. I'm talking extremely light dusting of powder bronzer. This is my favorite at the moment. This is the Kylie bronzer in the shade Toasty, and then I use a Smith 154 brush because it's so light and soft and it's not too dense. So I'm just going to add, that's all I'm gonna do. It's just enough to make sure it's not gonna move. And they are water and sweat resistant. I Googled, I knew they were, but I don't want to be telling y'all the wrong thing. But I know that I have been enduring this Houston summer, you guys. I've been taking trips to the zoo, and let me tell you, your girl, she'd be a little damp, and my makeup's not moving. So this is exactly what I've been doing, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Just a little tippy tap of that, and then a little tippy tap underneath the nose and barely on the sides, whatever's left on the brush. All right, our bronzer is all done. Okay, I'm applying my favorite blush, Kylie Baddie on the Block. It always just looks like a summer flush. It's so pretty, look at that. It's like summertime. What did you tell me about blush? Because I didn't listen because I love blush. I will put blush in my ears so I can't hear you.
This ain't 1850.
It is. There's no lead in this blush though, I promise. Woo, look at that. Right across the chin, anywhere that we normally get a little flushed. Be matching my backdrop here in a minute. Gotta spray it down and keep it in place with my Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. Code ROSE for a discount. Nothing locks it in place like this. And it smells like coconut. Where's my fan? I like to spray the setting spray before I even do my highlight. That way it's a little more dewy here. That way our highlight really stands out. Right now we gotta sit here and just be fancy with our fan. All right guys, last step. I'm gonna apply this You're Perfect powder from Kylie. By the way, everything but the concealers I bought myself. I don't want y'all to think I'm on here going sponsored by Kylie. Good Lord knows that ain't gonna happen, okay? But I do love this powder. And what I'll do is I'll just finish the rest of the face and just go everywhere but where we're gonna highlight. Just tippy tap that in. And I swear this just finishes the face, and it's such a light powder, but it sets everything so perfect. I'll even go kind of on my brow really carefully. And I love this brush. This is like my favorite powder brush. I have a link down there below. It's seriously like my favorite. It's Gypsum X51 powder brush. I use this every single day. And I also love this powder because you can put this underneath your eye. Right underneath there. Perfect. And then we're all set. Makeup is not moving. Time to finish up. I did my lips. It's a new MAC. It's the MAC collection, the really pretty marble pink. I'll have what I used below. It's just really pretty. So I'm gonna use this highlighter quad here from Dior It's called the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. One of my ride or dies. I'm gonna go into these two shades right here. And we're just gonna hit it. This is a Smith 112 brush. I've been digging this for highlighting. I picked up the wrong color. And then we'll pop a little here. Across the nose, tip of the nose, and the chin. And then I'm gonna just pop a little on my brow bone. Just kind of tie it all in. Woo, we are summer spicy, and we are not gonna be melting. We ain't having none of that. None of it. All right, guys, we're gonna get fancy and put our little earrings on from White Fox Boutique. Because we're fancy. I love these earrings. I just got these the other day. All right. I am like the worst at putting on earrings. It's a nightmare. I am going outside after this. And I can promise you, this foundation ain't moving. Let me know if you try all this. I also want to use affordable products too, because we got to stay affordable and intact here. So let me know if you guys use these techniques, if they work for you. Most of you do on the daily, and I love it. It warms my heart when I know that I'm actually helping you guys with your makeup routine. Let me know if this stays. Let me know where you go. Let me know if you go to like some baseball games or something outdoor and your foundation stayed intact. Let me know. I want to know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and we'll see ya. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, daily tutorials. All right, I love you guys. Bye.